for them as they go into 00Nation's map pick.
It's worrying because obviously it's Inferno next, Davey. It can all get a little bit awkward. It's one of those where you never know. Suddenly it goes 1-1. At that point, you're staring at the third and final map to decide if you're even here when we get into tomorrow's games.
Yeah, and you don't want to be going into map 3, especially after you've been up 1-0. Once you go up 1-0, you don't want to be going into map 3 like, all right, yeah, look, we could have closed that out 2-0, but hey, come on, don't worry about it, guys. Decider map, overpass, it's no big deal. We got this.
Oh, yes, because that's where we could end up. Overpass as the third and final. But for now, let's stick to the present. And what a treat it is. We're on Inferno, 00Nation's map pick, and they're going to be starting off on the T side.
9Z starting on that CT side. Max is here, and the flash has come out. He's got to make a run for it, and he's running back through B, but it's not going to matter. He goes down. No kit on the CT side either. 4 versus 5 retake, and all 4 of them coming from Banana.
They go with the heavy hit. Heavy is the hand, but Cold Zero wants to be the big man. Peeks out from behind the bags. Does tag 1. VSM will get the frag on David. DGT. Whew. Bullet to the brain, he's gone. It's all up to Lucan in a 1 versus 4. Very, very limited opportunities for success as they all peak together. That's it. 00Nation, blessed with the pistol.
Counter-Strike player's worst nightmare right there.
Yep.
It's a 1v4 retake. You're walking up Banana. 2 guys swing from sight, 2 guys swing from CT, and you're just like, ah, okay.
I guess we lose.
I guess that's it then, isn't it? Although part of your brain is thinking about that famous Edward 1.6 clip on Tuscan.
Oh, yeah.
When he jumps down and they all swing him from mid and he just goes one tap, and just kills all 5 of them with like 10 bullets. So part of your brain's always thinking about that, but realistically in CSGO, that's just way less likely because the Glock is much more accurate.
It is, and especially if you're just sprinting at the person holding with a USP. Never really going to work wonders for you. Bit of a stack on the B side, 3 of them there. Max, what? He just peeks out, walks through the smoke, tags are there, spamming into their bellies, Davey, but VSM, he's filling his belly with kills.
And that's one of those situations where I was saying it was a very reactionary call there. If I'm the engineer there, I'm saying, cancel, cancel, cancel. When they drop that smoke and the front of B, if you're not pop flashing through it, that could have absolutely fallen apart for them. Luckily for them, 9Z wasn't able to connect the deagle shots. So 00Nation does get away with it. Only barely. Look at the HPs, man. 1 more deagle shot on either one. If even one of those first ones was a headshot. Whew, I got genuinely nervous for them. I was clenching right there as they all went running through that smoke. I was like, oh god, there's 3 CTs here. Even if they coordinated their peaks just a little bit better and they were holding the smoke at the same time, that could have just completely fallen apart.
Oh yeah. It looked like it could have been the possibility as well, because Max gets 2 on the deagle. He was hitting his tags. You can see how low they are all at the end of the round as well. But the round does go their way, and that's the big bit. As long as you're getting the rounds, no matter how awkward they look, it's going to be so much better for 00Nation.
See, like, if they came through the backhaul and CT smoke at the same time right there, there's no chance for that multi-frag, you know? Could have fallen apart. I got scared. I was like, no, you don't lose the second round rushing B through a smoke with AKs. Please, not like this.
Just don't do it.
Not like this. Ooh. See, I can respect that. The jump across mid and go for the 1D, because if you hit the flying 1D, that's like a YouTube clip forever.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that everyone just like remembers. That's like the thing. So I can respect it.
You become history straight away.
And the odds of you just running across and hitting the running 1D aren't that much higher than the jumping 1D, so you might as well.
Good play with the mollies. Yeah, everyone burning. Not what you want. Lucan's forced off the angle as well, but he turns. Does at least hit the 1. The triples. Ooh, all right, USP. Waving hello. So it is a 3v3.
Try to recover that AK as well, but there's 2 players here, and that actually might be information given over to 00Nation. Yeah, they see that player close first. They knew there was a second one towards Coffin, so that's the call to run over towards A. Might be expecting the full stack. They're going up short, and David's here in the pit with the deagle. Doesn't tuck, doesn't land the first shot. Cold Zera's here guarding this AK up towards the B site, and again, just can't connect the shot. VSM eventually gets the trade for him, as the bomb is going to get planted at A. Cold Zera knows that this player is over at B, and he just finds the final kill, recovers the AK. So 2 players left alive. Lots of economic damage done on both of these rounds. But it is still 00Nation going up to the 3-0 lead.
Look, VSM's buckled as well.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, don't worry about the team kill. We still got the round. It's all
Yep.
sound, mate. Smiles all round.
And he's
All
like,
still
look.
made.
Yeah, he's like, look, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I got minus 300 for killing you, but I got plus 300 for planting the bomb, so it all evens out.
It's balanced. 00Nation use their first pull straight away here as well as we go into the 4th round. And you might as well. We saw them helping them out a lot into the previous matchup when they were able to take those pauses, have a bit of a breather. And you can figure out what you want to do against the buy of 9Z as well, because this is the first time they're actually going to have weapons since we've been here on the second map of Inferno. Lucan does have the AWP, though.
Yep, he's made sure he's saved for that one. They do have the full buy. They have the kits on 2 players. They got all the nades they could want. I mean, obviously they're lacking just that little bit. Max chose the kit instead of 2 flashes. Gotta be done. Gotta be done. So we are going to see the first gun round here. And where is Lucan going to go with the op? Actually, nothing aggressive. He just stays passive towards long. He's even having a little face scratch. No big deal. Fast long smoke comes out. Lucan sees it. He's going to rotate off. They are running straight through it. He's aware of the possibility. Finds the first onto Leo. Re-swing out. There's 2 players there. Hits the flick, but is immediately traded. DGT in here in CT spawn. Quickly gets the trade. Nade comes in. Can't finish off try, but it does do a ton of damage. He's down to just 4. He's going aggressive. Lands a headshot. Second player there inside of library. It's Max looking for the timing. There's bullets being shot through the smoke by the teammate, and that is going to be the kill found. So it is just coldzera. He was over at B. They were hoping for the 4-1 split. But that fast smoke, and you could see 9Z, I think they must have done their research onto 00Nation, because Lucan sees that smoke, and instead of assuming they're going to smoke off long and run up short, he's predicting them to run through their long smoke, and two CTs have rotated over to hold the CT cross as well. So I think that's sort of a counter strategy going on.
It very well could be. You know, we even saw in the interview with Maui, right? They were saying we're a harder team to read.
Yep.
You look at the games they played, it's a lot more domestic matchups. The benchmarks aren't exactly there to look at how they play against top teams. Whereas 00Nation, you go on, download all their demos, you've got everything. Oh, the second flick was sick.
Yeah, it was crucial. But like I said, he's holding for them to run through the long smoke. So he clearly predicted that they would be running through the long smoke. Whereas most people in that situation, you see a fast long smoke out, you expect a fast short rush, right? That's like sort of the basic thing that you would expect in the situation. Flash comes in and Malbs finds the opening towards B. Counter flashes from the CTs are good to get the trade back. But it is still the 4v4. Malbs doing his job, getting the opening. Just the 1 AK on coldzera. They can try to recover Malbs's. Malbs's.
Multiple
AK.
Malbs. Or would it be Malb's eye?
I think it would just be Malbs. They could try to recover Malbs.
There you go.
But if you don't add the AK at the end, they could try to recover Malbs. Doesn't really sound right.
Well, maybe if they had like a defib.
Yeah. No, they could.
Stay with us.
Come on, Malbs, wake up. We need another entry. Wake up.
Where's the doctor? Oh, he's dead.
No!
Oh,
The
God.
medic! We lost him. Who's going to recover him?
What are we going to do?
We're all going to panic.
Everyone's terrified.
I think that scene... Actually, never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Another time. Another time. And another play for 00Nation. They go round back towards the A site. They want to fight for bracket for VSM. He's been really clean when it comes to finding opening picks. So he does hit the headshot onto DGT, a star player for 9Z. With him out of commission, they can back off, back round towards B. You could outnumber them. You leave one lurker as well. That's going to be Leo. He waits for a sec, now comes to join the rest of the pack. There is a rotate from the CT.
Now Lucan's coming over. The smoke is going to be there in CT. Counter Molotov towards the front of the stairs doesn't actually land. Rox playing the off angle, thinking it's going to work out for him, but it doesn't try. It's a free kill for him. As now nobody's crossed towards the back of the site. Lucan can't know that. The smoke is up to block vision, and the CTs must seriously be considering a save. David's he's just staying at short, so Lucan needs to try to escape, if anything.
It'll be a bit iffy for him. He's suspicious about going for the cross. He knows that he could be peaked, so he has to get the way out. Switches to the blade, runs away, and he will get the 2-player save.
Yeah, no hunt going to come out from 00Nation. That was a force buy from them. Entry into that B site. You can't help but point out that Rox's positioning there in B was just kind of bad. Just behind that emo pillar, posted up on the Coffin's cross, and you could see the way that the angles work. I mean, it's basic math. The closer you are to the angle, the more that you're going to be exposed. So the player running across pool, you could see he was about to jump off on Coffins, and he probably just saw just like half of his arm just like sticking out, and he was like, oh look, a free kill, we'll take it.
And in terms of what party astronauts are going to be taking, that's the first map and the first 3 rounds of the second in the Stream A best of 3. So Imperial looking a bit dicey. They thought they were going to the major. Now they're not so sure, Davey.
Yeah, that's the 2-1 matchup as well. So whoever loses does still have that one more chance to qualify. But the winner, of course, is going to take that challenger spot. Get that 3-1 record. As we are going to see a buy off the back of the 2 saved guns. Op, of course, still on Lucan, and he's still defaulted over towards long. DGT's gone aggressive inside of the halls as well. He's at the bottom of Boiler. So he has a decent amount of information here. As the majority of the teams are going towards the banner. Pop flash comes in. Spray from Malb's not going to connect. But it is going to... Oh, the timings are crazy. As Leo turns back around. Now this smoke is going to give away the sound cue. DGT is going to hear this, so now he knows there's a player down here. He's going to walk through. Lucan with the re-aggression, finds the opening, and that's going to pull the alt player away from watching it as Leo goes to help his team, and he ends up getting shot in the back. Lucan re-aggresses one more time to get the second, and now it's just coldzera and Malbs. Bomb in top middle, smoke there to isolate it, and this is a helpless situation for the T's.
David, you can still see the back of the bomb. Knows where the C4 is. They do re-smoke it, push through the smoke for coldzera. Ooh, bullet straight to the face. Unlucky. Dead. Gone. Nightmare. Malbs. With 20 seconds left, it's just if he can find anything at all, really. Wants to get the kills. Wants to die before time. We'll be able to get one onto Max. But now they can peek together. Should be clean up crew action. Mop and bucket for David. Wipes him away. They do go 4-2.
4-2-2. 9Z picking up their second gun round of the CT side. Remember, they did win that first map. That was Mirage, their map pick. And the re-aggression from Lucan there, finding those 2 picks is so important. That first one that he found is what gave DGT the opening to go for that flank. As soon as that player drops in middle, Leo turns around to go and support the boys going up mid, and that was the exact moment the flanking halls came out. Small details that are so important. It's Max, counter utility, bottom of B. Malbs is going to eat it, 40 damage. They have gone for the force here as well. The 1 AK on Leo, Malbs with the Galil, and the rest of them on just the Tech 9s, P250 for try.
Leo. He's got the heart of a lion, but he doesn't have a head anymore. So you can't really fight. It's unlucky, mate. 4 players left alive for 00Nation. Go back round towards Banana. Have your potassium. And then start to make your play. There's the counter smokes. Malbs, he's going to run straight in. Wants to get lethal, but can't. He's slaying out as it's a nice double kill. And Rox unloads with a Kalashnikov. 1 by 1. Cleans up on the frags. And the round goes the way of the CTs.
And that was the force from 00Nation as well. So now 9Z getting the chance to build that economy. All 5 staying alive. They get the kills. 00Nation's going to have to eco on this one. And we've seen what can happen on the CT side of Inferno. Once that economy starts getting built, you start cleanly winning these rounds. You start getting the momentum. And 9Z, I mean, 00Nation, they did battle back towards the end of that first game, of course. Making the scoreline 16-11 after the 11-0 start from 9Z, but on the CT side, you never know what can happen. And David, the quick reaction, flicking up. I mean, it is just against the Glocks, but there is the 1 P250 over there, and they're going to group up. They're going to swing them together, and this is just target practice for both teams as the Glocks coming out huge. Malbs finds 2. Lucan is here. He does eventually trade 1 back, but there's 2 guns down in the window for the T's. And if they can get 1 more kill, I was saying how they have the chance here with the Glocks to just start building up their economy against the Glocks, I should say. But they've just given away 2 kills. If you can recover a gun and just get 1 more, that could be massive.
Oh, yeah. You go straight into bedroom. Sees the gun laying on the ground. He is going to make his play out towards A as well. Smoke on about, drop straight out. He will be seen. Can't quite get round the corner.
Okay, so whew. Yeah, got a little scary there at the beginning of that one. You saw them all swing out with the Glocks and David inside of the window just trying to tap away with the AK. Like, oh god.
Changing his targets. He's like, come on, one of these will hit. I just got to get the headshot. But look at the Glock spam.
Yeah, that's just kind of funny. You know, that's in that round when Malbs went into it with the Glock. The last thing he thought he was gonna be able to do was get a double kill with a Glock from the bottom of vault to window against 2 rifles. That was the last thing he thought was gonna happen that round.
Probably wasn't even a thought he had in his mind.
No,
just
exactly.
thinking, all right, it's a formality. Get the round over with. We get into the next one. Instead, we go 4-4. And a couple of rebuys have to be brought out for 9Z. So that CT side economy being kept a little bit in check. You can see both of the Ds on 9Z only have about 1k to play with. Fight towards Banana early. You get the nades down. Malbs will tank damage. So he's on 60 HP.
Rotations are coming in towards A as well. They leave Lucan towards B with the op. And he gives up his aggressive position. Wanted to recover that smoke by the looks of it. Flash towards car to imply that they still have 2 people there. They don't. And I don't like that he gave up that aggressive position there on Banana. That information is so important. It allows you to keep 4 players towards A. You can see because he's given it up, Max has rotated over towards CT spawn now. Maybe just going to drop the smoke for him, give him 1 extra smoke. No, he actually is committing to B. As the T's clear out top middle, they drop the lurk smoke towards long. Spray comes in from rocks. Timing was almost there, but doesn't find it. And now they're going to be walking into CT spawn, and we can see the consequences of giving up Banana there.
Has to be played to perfection from 9Z. Max is suspicious about this. He is watching towards CT entrance from ruins. Lucan's at the back of the site with the orb. That's the smoke to block him off. Lucan misses the warning shot. You're in a one-and-done angle. He can't stay alive because of it, and he will fall. But if Max can try and hold them back, they wouldn't have much time. They do get the kill, and they will get the bomb planted. So you're looking at a 4 versus 3. Malbs towards Banana. Hits the flick onto rocks. There's not really much more you can do. It's not worth the risk now. 3 versus 2 on a retake of B. Just save the guns. That's the safer play, and that's what they'll work with.
Yep, DGT and David don't have the money, and that's the situation where in the middle of that round, 9Z had a plan. It's like, get Lucan to have Banana control, play 4A, right? And then at some point in that round, in the middle of it, Lucan decides to give up Banana control. They don't push him off, right? They don't force him to give up Banana. He just chooses to walk away. So he goes back, picks up the smoke in CT spawn. Max recognizes what's happened. It's like, well, okay, well, we can't play 4 dedicated A if you're just giving up B completely. So he rotates over to B, and then that leaves that huge opening in CT spawn that the T's take perfect advantage of. And it's like they changed their plan mid-round, but they weren't actually able to react accordingly. They just had 1 player leave Banana, go back into CT spawn. 4th player from A has to rotate over to B, and then the 3 A players are isolated. 1 smoke from 00Nation into backhaul completely isolates Lucan on side of the site by himself. And he's playing at the pillar again, so of course he takes 1 shot and then he's dead.
Yeah, because that is such a one-and-done angle. Even if you get the kill, there's still nothing more you're going to find. You can't reposition out.
If he was at new box, maybe.
Yeah. Like, he tried to get the smoke down, but if it blooms, man,
No.
like, you just spam the smoke, he's still dead.
Yeah, exactly. If he was at new box, it's a different scenario. But he's at the pillar, so doomed.
Yeah. He did try to go for the face down middle early for the info play. Doesn't really see too much. He just backs off, play a little bit more passive towards Arch. And this is a quicker pace from 00Nation as well. They're grouped up, they're in the apartments, they're not paying rent, they're not supposed to be here. The CTs are livid.
Yeah, that's a cancel. That's a cancel. We're just about to pop out as the smoke gets dropped. Good call from 00Nation. You don't want to commit through that one. It's just free kills for the CTs. Instead, they just go take top middle control, make it look a lot more like a standard default. And I was about to say 9Z is just rotating everybody over to A. Player here in the CT arch. The smokes are going to come out to isolate him. Now the offer for Lucan, he's inside of library. The dink comes out from rocks. Jump peek around the corner, perfect movement. Baits the shot, tries able to find it. And now Lucan inside of library. They heard the scope, but he still is able to get 1. They're working their way through CT spawn. 35 seconds left, and that's a bold peek from Try. Creeps into the op angle, and Lucan finds his second. But now it's Max. He's completely alone here on B.
This time around for Max playing behind Nubox, it could be the difference maker, but he's going to get peeked from 3 different angles at once. They have the utility to force him out as well, the HE and the nade. Big tag, but not a kill.
Yeah, 1 kill would have been massive there.
Mouse waiting towards top banana. They're so far apart from one another as well, so as soon as David goes in for that first peek, that might just be them completely out of the round, especially when he hits a follow-up as well. Malb's the murderer with the AK. Slays the first 2, and DGT, all he can really opt for is play for the exits. If they push me, maybe I get a surprise kill.
Yeah, hope he can grab that op at the end of the round. He might just be able to. There it is. Grab it, run away. So they will have an op into the next. They might be able to buy as well. Max and Rox are going to have money. DGT will be able to buy one for himself. The op will get passed over to Lucan, so David should be the only one on kind of a low buy. Yeah, 33.50. And 00Nation, I mean, they're continuously just abusing long and going into CT spawn.
Yeah, they know they can get round. It's Lucan there early. I mean, to be fair, the 2 frags he found were unlikely as well. The second peek from Try, a bit risky.
Yeah, that was bold. To just sort of creep into the op bang like that.
I'm going to peek you, but very slowly.
Yeah, but very, very slowly.
The Inferno Classic. Trade utility and see if there's a play to be made. Max on the peak does actually get the info. Sees one player close towards the top of banana, so he backs off, cascades towards the site. But that's the T's taking banana control. They need to retake it, so they'll flash Max in, wins out on the 1v1, gets away.
Yeah, good counter flash comes in, they push forward, they find the opening, and they escape. Couldn't have written it any better, honestly. Counter flash comes in towards top of B. coldzera looks for the face, isn't able to find anything as we can see the T's grouping. Rotations aren't going to be here in time, so this is just going to be the 4 versus 2. Smokes towards CT, full Molotov execute. Actually, it looks like one smoke might have missed as that lands towards the sandbags. And now they're pushing in. Counter smoke towards Nubox. It is going to keep the player alive, but VSM's not going to carry. Shoots in the head. They try to phase through it. VSM gets the second. The CTs, they're separated, they're isolated, and they're saving.
VSM. The S stands for smoke, and the M stands for murderer, David. As he's able to just find those picks, doesn't matter if you're behind a wall, he will just spam into you, cleans up with the entries towards B, and that is 00Nation, now going to be getting a 7th round on their T-half of Inferno. This is their map pick. This is where they need to bring it back. We've got Overpass as the decider. And of course, if you lose this series, you are out of the Americas RMR. No opportunity for you to make it to the PGL Major. And like we were saying in the pre-game, that's the difference between, you know, your organization, the team itself, potentially staying together, the funding that you'll need. It all matters so much. This is the crown jewel of the CS circuit. So if you don't make it there, question marks start coming up.
Yeah, very big question marks start coming up. Especially 00Nation, they do have a lot of investment. 9Z, I'm sure not as much, although I'll admit I don't know a whole lot about the inner workings of their organization in the background, but they have been a mainstay in the South American scene for many years. It's an organization with just a big history in South American CS and trying to do themselves proud here. We saw in that interview in the pregame that Lucan does believe that they are a team that can contend and can qualify for the major. They think that they have the ability to do so. We've seen they have strong T sides. Right now, they need to show just a little bit more strength on the CT, I think. 7-4, still a very close game. Looks like they might decide to buy into this one. It actually wouldn't be the worst decision. Lucan can drop an M4. DGT maybe drop the FAMAS. No, they are just going to go for the eco. Weirdly enough, this would have been a situation where a force buy would have been viable.
Probably would have been the safer play.
What can you do?
Sometimes you force, sometimes you don't. Ooh, Lucan, he could be in for a few frags though, as they're pushing rapidly towards him. He is going to back off towards the site and stays alive with just 28 HP. The MP9 of David singing out to success. He gets 2 clean kills, grabs the AK, backs off. It's actually the AWP that he's picked up. So there's still a scope that they're working with now. Site has been taken. It's always a hard retake, even if you're up numbers by 1 in a spot like this. Rocks, suspicious about a push towards middle. Problem is they don't clear Cold. They walk into him. That's the pickup onto David. And we're down to a 2 versus 3. Time ticking away. No kit in the back pockets. We've got to battle the bedroom player. But coldzera tucks his Rocks into bed. Says have a good light rest. And Max, he's just got to walk away. Hope that he can hold on to what he's got.
And those are the types of things coldzera is so good at. Just staying alive, being annoying, being a presence on the map. He has the op in his back pocket. Leo jiggling out with the Krieg, and is he going to take down one more? Malb says no, I'm not even going to give it to him. Make sure he holds on to the op. Max holds on to his as well. And that's the situation there for Luke in the movement, just letting him down that tiny little bit. The fast play up short is good. They catch him off. They do the damage, but he gets away to the site. If he can tuck away behind that box, he gets the chance at a second shot. Instead, he misses his first, blocked by the box, and he's just dead at that point. They still had the lead. They still had the man advantage, 4 versus 3, but coldzera tucks away in mid, and that's what he's just so good at, staying alive and being a presence on the map.
So 8 rounds for the T side of 00Nation. Malbs again towards Banana. He has been the professor to open things up, but this time he will get schooled on the response. So it is a 4 versus 4 from the get-go.
Recovers that AK. But again, we're in a 4v4 situation, and Malbs, look at him, he's 11 and 11 right now. He's just been, get the entry at B, die. Get the entry at B, die. And if you're the T side, you take that, man. You take those opening kills. You take the 1-for-1s.
It's always going to favor you. It applies so much more pressure to the CTs as well. You have to rotate someone over onto B, especially if he's got the util. It does start getting rough. Molly goes in, slightly isolates them. coldzera, he doesn't give a damn. He'll walk up on his own, and that's the peek from Rock. So the headshot onto Cold. He's got the smoke as well. Gets contact, flash over the top. Drop the smoke, but they've already bypassed it. One man on top of the flower pots, and he will be able to punish with a headshot. That's VSM falling over. And this looks like it could actually be around for the CT side. You've opened things up, but you've got to keep it clean. And with Try making a good play, that now brings them back into only a 3 versus 2. Plays from the back of the site as well. They're going in 1 by 1, and DGT sideswiped by Leo. He'll be licking his lips with this. They know they're in a good position now, and it gets so much worse for 9Z. David, he starts pushing up. He sees the first, has to throw out the smoke. Time ticking away. They don't have much to work with here. Try, can't quite spot him. Thinks he's defusing right in front of him, but he's just sat there on top of the box defusing. He gets away with it. The cheeky git pulls it off, and they get both of the frags at the end. Somehow they win the round.
9Z thought they were both playing from backhauls, but Try had already repositioned to new box, drops that smoke on the bomb. I thought it had actually missed. I thought it wouldn't cover him, but when Try peeks out, he can't see it, misses the shot. And 9Z pulling one out from underneath 00Nation. It looked like it was going to be a 9-4. That round was so back and forth. Individual plays from both teams. And in the end, 9Z with just the smoke diffuse are the ones who pull it off. Flash towards deep middle. DGT gets the opening. Lucan's here to respond, but Leo's already made it past, and he's already in the window. If they don't expect it, he could cause problems. You see there, VSM responds. VSM gets traded, and there is Leo. He was the one lurking up. He was the one who finds the first, and he gets the second. The A bomb site's now his, but the bomb is still in T-spawn.
00Nation thinking, all right, if you want to get aggro, contend with this, and Leo just walks up, starts to punish, leaves them in a 2v2. They've still got the bomb towards T-steps. They haven't committed to anything really, and they have baited the full rotate. So both of the CTs now working their way through A. They can clear down middle. They might actually spot him on a timing, but it's the AK, and it's going to be favored as the headshot goes the way of Cold, leaving it all up to Rocks. And it feels like he might get shattered. Will he be able to deal with the pressure and become a diamond? He's being flanked from the left. Leo walking up, he's seeing the back, he knows exactly where he is, and all he's got to do is deal with this one man. And that's the round going the way of 00Nation. Great opener from the CTs. You create all the space. DGT goes off on an absolute mission, but you push round, you send Leo into A, and it all goes wrong.
And yeah, look, this was that previous round. Try peeking out on the left side and just missing the spams. Didn't want to peek right. Lucan was posted on it. You saw as soon as he did, he ended up dying. So sadly for him, he had to peek that left side. He just couldn't see the player defusing. unreal. This game it's gotten a little wild now on Inferno. It's gotten a little bit crazy.
Yeah, they're popping the buttons, you know, they're taking their collars up, Davey. The shoes have come off. Everything's warming up. And it's completely different to the 00Nation we saw, right? Their CT side on Mirage, it looked a bit sluggish. They weren't really able to get into the game. Here, doesn't matter if they're down numbers. They're still punishing. They're capitalizing.
And weirdly enough, 00Nation is up 9-5, but look at the score lines. They have 4 players who are negative. Try is 9-9, but they're winning the game 9-5. And that just goes to show how it is these days as Malbs again finds the opening. I would love if someone from production could bring up the opening frag stats there for Malbs. I wonder how many opening kills he has. I bet it's like 5 or 6 at this point.
It's got to be up there. Every round, he's always getting that first contact towards Banana. This time, he wins out on it, but actually keeps himself in the fight as well. And it's just DGT and David that are left. I mean, DGT, it's like a one-and-done angle. It's really the best thing you can probably make in a round like this. But even then, if he gets the first, with the timing, if they hard commit to a B play, he's got to somehow drop off. You're stuck in first oranges. It's not going to go well.
No, and they're just split themselves 1-1, and yeah, David goes for the peek down middle. Try is still just waiting. With this much time left, 00Nation's like, all right, yeah, we'll just wait. Like, what are you going to do, 1v5 us? Probably not. He's going to go running into B. Malbs is going to give the info that he's here, and then they're just going to turn and run the bomb up to A. Yep, it's just one of those ones. It's like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll play this 1v5. I wonder if he's allowed to type kill in console. I think he is.
I don't think it works anymore.
I don't know if it does it. Well, it does. It on certain things. Certain things they have it disabled.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I wonder if it's even possible, because it's only possible on certain whatever systems now. I wonder if Valve just says no, you can't.
None of this.
Because at the international, I think teams are technically able to surrender still if they're down by a certain amount. Whereas in other games, they've taken out that function.
Same outcome either way. 1 versus 4 on A site, never going to be a delight. So instead, they make it a quick death and a quick half, 10-5. And in reality, it feels like this one hasn't been live for very long. All of the rounds were incredibly fast.
Yeah.
So you've just breezed through it. 5 rounds of difference to work with. But, go back to a point that we made previously, it's the T sides that 9Z really come out of their shell on. That's where they're at their best. That's where they like to play aggro. They're a team that does kind of hard commit to bursts from the start of a round. They like getting in your face, and they thrive in the chaos. So maybe there's always an opportunity. You get a pistol, things could start to fall back towards them.
Toasty McToaster. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be the fire damage, isn't it?
I think it is. He's a Bernie boy. Heats you up. Okay, nice dinner. But who's going to be eating big on Inferno? VSM, he runs out towards second mid, jump spotting for the info. Try's been dinged at the start of the round, so he's on 35. Ooh. That's not the fight you'd expect to go their way. The Glock up towards top banana does hit the shot, but the USP not landing.
Yeah, starting that one off with B-Day, the Battle of Banana. T's winning out on it. And we've seen from both of these teams that they actually prefer the T side. We saw it on Mirage. So far in this game, it's been the case. It's 9Z. They're going to go for the Halls pop here. They just jump out. Flash is good. Does blind the player in Big Pit. There's still one more here, though. It's VSM. He's tucked away. Finds the first headshot. Looking for the second. They're all swarming. They're all around. The support is there. DGT gets the trade. Leo with the counter smoke, playing up on top of it. See, he wants to play around this. He wants to keep going for more as he's pushing back in. Jumps up one more time. 2 players inside of the site here, 1 inside of the pit. He's worried about the player in graveyard. Shot to the side of the head, but again, the T's are there. The trades are in. The support is nearby as Lucan peeks out with the P250 and makes sure Leo can't do anything funny with that round.
It was honestly looking a bit scary as well. You only have 1 player on the site, 2 of them still in balcony. So when VSM hit the first shot, I'm thinking, okay,
yeah,
here we
like,
go. He's going to hit 2 more.
Oh.
But no. So 9Z, they take the pistol that they absolutely need. And they do pull out the SMGs. So you've got 3 MAC-10s on display for 9Z. And swiftness is always what comes into mind. You're thinking about their T sides. Here, though, you can't really just run into them. You know they're going to have the upgraded pistols. They've got a FAMAS as well for VSM, and he's just put on the boost.
Yeah, Yep, he's up on the boost. They're going for this heavy B stack. Counting on Leo, just inside of the pit over there by himself with the 5-7, and I don't think he's going to have too much fun right now. Flash comes in, he's full blinded, and he's just dead, isn't he? It's just, all right.
The Mac Daddy of rocks. Bomb will be planted. The other CTs have to save this one. It's just the way it goes.
Inferno moment. Just play 4B, one guy in the pit, one pit guy dies. All right, we all save in B.
That's if they can save.
They have left the bomb completely, so they actually want to come take these guns out of their hands. You got to respect it. Like, no, we're tired of this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this crap with you. And this is also why teams just do this crap with them. Because now 2 of them have died. The smokes come out towards Banana, and really, they've died for nothing.
Yeah. If you get the kills, you farm the cash, stop them from being able to save what they get. But obviously, with so many CTs being in close angles like that, the Deagles can just fire off. They pick up the pieces, and now they get the SMGs as well.
Yeah, 2 Mac-10s recovered too, so they get to drop one of those pistols over to Leo. Yeah, it's a small thing, but the Mac-10 armor is going to be there for the CT side. We see the upgrades coming out for the Ts. And those 2 kills, and that's actually why you see teams not chasing, right? They just let the CT save. Is because now Rox and David bought down to 0. They do have the 4 AKs, but even still, 1 Mac-10 on max. And this is kind of like a bonus round for 00Nation for the most part. They still have the FAMAS, they have 2 SMGs, a Deagle on try, and a 5-7 for Leo. It's not even terrible.
Cole getting in towards logs early. That Mac-10 now has so much more prevalence. Now you've got a crossfire as well. So if you go fighting towards Banana, you're going to get rinsed. You obviously knock on from that as well. You could get flanked by 2 Mac-10 swiftly. Rox is here to hold it. Even if he gets 1, you get the double face. It could be overwhelming. And they still left the bomb towards the E-spawn.
And he didn't have a molly to clear it out. He made noise running away. Now he's making noise running back for the bomb. I mean, they're just hearing all of this. They know everything that's going on. At a certain point, they might just decide exactly what you said. They might just swing out and go for the flank. Yeah, Malbs has peeked out. He's got the info, and they're going for the fast A flank. The bomb is by himself in middle right now, and he goes down at the hands of Malbs Deagle, but the 3 kills go the way of the T's inside of the site. So bomb is dropped, but I don't think they're going to be able to guard this one. It could have gone bad for them. But 9Z, they find the trades inside of the site. They find the kills as DGT gets another headshot. And now it is just Malbs, and they knew he was on the flank, so they are just holding for it. It ends up working out for the side of 9Z, but that could have gone very poorly if the kills didn't all go their way at A.
Yeah, that was the one saving grace. You find all the frags at ace, then you can use the manpower advantage, peek together. Even if you get 1 kill, Mac-10 up mids, best case probably worth using the Deagle in that situation. So they get the bomb back, you get the round, you do go 10-8.
Because if there was even some trades at A, right? Even if 2 Ts dropped at A, that 1 bomb kill, now you're in a 2v2, they're both flank, like it becomes a very, very awkward round, very awkward situation, but that isn't what happened, so it doesn't really matter. 9Z got all the kills. They just close that gap ever so slightly, make the score 8-10. As Try is going for the aggressive pick in middle. 8 damage taken by Cold at B, 71 HP. And Banana pretty much being conceded by the CTs at this point. So they are just going to walk up. Max has actually got up very close. If the pop flash is good... Ooh, for a second I thought they were just going to send Max in to look for an opening.
Cold. Playing close on the lip, ready with the M4 to talk some smack with the silence gun, but can he have some fun? They peek in 1 by 1, and there is a trade back from DGT. Mulbs is here, spams into the smoke first, turns the flash, does get back in, and he is going large, gets 2 picks, and now he just leaves it on DGT and David. Try with the USP, fires out the warning shots, waits for his teammates to arrive on the scene. They go for the boost up, elevated angle works well. It's the Molotov that kills DGT, shot on the AWP hits, and David, he gets down. That's a round back.
Very cool setup there from 00Nation. Cold playing close, very dedicated to the fight. He's stuck in the corner. He knows he's not going to be able to escape. But if he can do the damage, if he can do a ton of damage, he's standing in front of where the flash would land. So the pop flash doesn't get him. He's able to kill 1, do significant damage to a couple more, and then his teammate Smoke makes it so that Malbs can play around that smoke, catch them as they go jumping through. was a very cool setup, and look at Cold. He is pumped.
He needs to be as well. The energy on 00Nation was at an all-time low in the last map. They brought it back, and it left them in a position where now you're fired up. You're on your turf. It's Inferno. You know if you push this to a third, you will still be in the event. Because that's what this game decides. Who's going home? Who keeps fighting on to potentially make their dream a reality in the Americas RMR?
Again, the CT is very willing to give up Banana. Cold takes a ton of damage as he's down to just 25 HP. Try has his op inside of the site as well. But now 00Nation, they've given up B. They're sort of playing for long here as we see the double play. Try is repositioned. He peeks out into middle. He's baiting for the teammate inside of the cubby. If 9Z don't use their nades properly to take middle, this could get dicey. Counter smoke comes in. That's just going to slow everything down just that little bit more.
.46 seconds left on the timer. And Try does rotate back round towards B. He had util, so he's got to get over there just in case. And here comes the true play. They use the smokes, they use the flashes, but here's the counter. 00Nation push down Banana. Now they wrap back towards the site. The T's have to get the entries, and they have to do it swift. If they get timed out here, it could get rough. The molly will hold them back. They smoke onto the site. Max, he's wrapping in, but can he drop 6 bars to keep them in a round like this? You've got the crossfire in pit, and it's only going to take one man to hit him. Hits the first, there's the bounce back, but do they realize VSM, he's gone undetected. He hasn't been seen. The silent assassin will finally do something obscene as he gets one shot off before David trades back, and it's all up to Try and Cold Zero to come in, hit like a heavy hatchet, and hack this one wide open. 2v3. They don't fancy their chances. Seems like they're backing off. It's always going to be an awkward retake. So 9Z finally get to 9 rounds.
Yeah, they don't have the money. They're just going to back off with the op. The save from Try. Going to just get out of there. And that strat from 9Z was so interesting. They got mollied off in short, and they dropped that smoke towards default. As, like you said, they were scaling forward. They were looking for the players inside of the pit. VSM went undetected. He also didn't see that second player clearing out the broken wall. It was the lurk up long that made the difference. Got the kill on the player rotating. And the double pit setup almost works out for 00Nation. VSM almost had the chance to multi-frag. He was able to find that kill on the player, just scaling through pit, trying to clear it out. If he gets that kill, there's nobody to force him out of position. All 3 Ts would have been stuck inside of the site. The retake would have been on. But he just misses his timing. Finds one in the site, but that's not the kill you need. So 00Nation, they're forced to force into this. They do have the op saved. They're going to have the 3M forced. Leo is just on the MP9, though.
HE goes down mid. Lucan takes the brunt of the damage, so he's only on 64 HP. But again, they're scaling quickly. You send Max out on a mission through Boiler. He's got the wrench and he wants to hit him in the face. He will be able to best Leo, so he drops off. And again, it's all on VSM towards the back of the pit. Trailblazing, but unfortunately not the way he wants it to go. He gets lit up, and it's all down to Lucan on the close quarters connection. Hits the headshot on Mulbs, and now Try, again, in a spot where he has to save.
Ooh, and he has the op. They know where he is now. Misses that shot onto Rocks. Jiggles him out. He's already rotating back to CT. He's going to find one. Does get the kill also. You can see he keeps moving around. He's looking for more. There's 3 players in Banana here, though. And surely this isn't going to be it. They jump around the corner. They take the op out of his hands. So 00Nation going to be forced onto the save as 9Z getting their double digits now. 11-10. We couldn't ask for a much closer game. And here you can see, this is what 9Z talked about in their interview, though, how they can constantly change the pace. They can go fast when they need to. They can play slow when they need to. And there, the 3-man push up short very quickly catches the player jumping up onto the balcony. As you can see, the tack was taken. Time to figure this out. Because both teams are running away with on their T sides. That's really what it's come down to on both of these maps.
That's what I was going to say. It's incredible to see that, you know, with Counter-Strike being in such a CT-sided position right now in the current meta, that 9Z are just the kings of T. When they're on T side, they look so much more comfortable. They're able to groove into a game. They're able to keep themselves alive. And talking of keeping themselves alive, it seems like on the A stream, Imperial making a bit of a comeback. They're going to need to. You can't afford to get 2-0'd by party astronauts. But here, there's always the possibility of a 2-0 for 9Z, Davey. Take this map. That'll be 00Nation out of the tournament.
Double nade coming in, finding a bit of damage on him. Not enough to take him out, not enough to kill him. You see damage being traded. coldzera playing very aggressive in Banana. He wants to play around this smoke. He is going to find the player, but can't find the headshot. Rox reacts quickly, taking down the in-game leader for 00Nation. Still 3 players over towards that B site. Very slow default here from 9Z. It is what Max said they like to play. They can always mix up the pace. They can go very fast when they need to, slow it down when they need to. And right here, it's a very slow round from them. They find the opening. Everything gets slowed down. They still have a ton of utility. What they just want to make sure they don't do is run into this B stack. That is the most important thing in this round. Do not overcommit to a site. You have plenty of time. You have the nades. But they are all grouping up, Jack. This is all 5. And look, the counter flash from backhall's there waiting.
The B bombardment getting primed. This isn't going to work well for them. You're going up against the pistols in close proximity. Good use of the utility, though, and David able to get the adjustment off. And you know what? It won't matter that it's a stack because you wouldn't realize it. It's only Malves left alive, and school is the session, and he will be taught a lesson by DGT. Gets the headshot with the AK, brings the game back to 11-11. It's all tied up now on Inferno.
What I thought the plan was there for 00Nation is wait for them to start scaling into the site. Flash above New Box or above Emo, right? And then everybody swing together as they're sort of running up the stairs and crossing. Instead, Flash comes out very early, and of course, they're just going to see it coming. It ended up being really just nothing at all.
Yeah.
Sad.
It is rough.
I was giving him lots of credit in my head.
Well, it looked like it. You know, you walk into those stacks, sometimes it does just happen. This is different from 00Nation, though. They change the pace of the game. They go for the early play down mids. You can spot onto second. They do have to back off.
Yeah, counter nades were there from both teams. They Molotov the corner, and Max knows that the op was over at A, so he quickly crosses over into this cubby on the B site. And for the first time, we see 00Nation doing this 2-man setup deep inside of B. They've held on to their nades. If the Molotovs come out, they'll be able to put it out. coldzera will take the initial contact. Pop flash to just sort of fake out the aggression. You can see Try, he's not sure which direction he wants to go in. Hasn't quite figured it out. His nades are going to come out towards top middle very soon. Flash, bang. Oh, Lucan finds him before the flash pops, so VSM's not able to get anything. He gets smoked off, and they've just been denied all their information.
DGT on the end of balcony. Ooh. Wanted to make a play, but Rox will be able to get the opener back on the B site. It's all up to Malves now. He's boosted up. He's got a high skill ceiling when it comes to hitting heads. Drops off, but they know he's there. They have to force him out of position before they can get the bomb down, and he won't be going down without a fight. Easy frags. He's ripping their heads off one after another. Suddenly the round flips. It's all on DGT. He's over at A, but the bomb's at B. Not going to be able to make much of a play. You get the kill, but it does not matter. Time is gone, and so's the round.
The 2-man setup inside of the B site ends up working to perfection, but really it was just the heroics from Malves. Boosted up on top of the new box, finds the first, drops down, and the scaling from 9Z just wasn't there. They didn't push together. They didn't use their utility properly, and Malves from the back of the site is able to play the hero. Finds 2 isolated 1v1s, 2 headshots. And this was just a massive play from him. That second kill is just unbelievable.
The multi-kill was the key to victory, and he turned it, unlocked the door for the 12th round for 00Nation. 9Z still have money. They will be straight back into the game. Deep Molotov coming out early. Utility across the board, and they're pent in, they're stuck. They knew this, so they hard commit to the spam, and Malves gets the opening pick for free. Ooh, tried to get the second as well, but it's a trade of dinks.
Yeah, the headshot comes out, puts him down to 39 HP, 38. Oh, same thing. Counter-Strike terms, it's the same thing. Just David is going to get top middle control, and he may have found an interesting timing here. That counter smoke is to deny anybody playing too aggressive around it. But it is going to give David the opportunity to creep all the way up behind the hay cart. Leo's looking for it. Did he spot him? I'm not actually sure if he did. So David's crept all the way up, and it's going to come down to timings. There is the player inside of the graveyard. As he swings out, finds the headshot, and now VSM wants to commit but doesn't want to go too early. Counter flash is there. The trade is back. The CTs have all rotated in. They know he's stuck in graveyard. They have the Molotovs to clear him out, and that's exactly what they're going to do. He peeks up, lands the dink, but Max headshot is there first. Flashes come in. Malbs is blind inside of the site, but nobody's scaling, so they haven't found him.
Malbs needs to cause carnage on the angle. They realize that something's wrong. DGT with a play. And that's it. That's all they had to do. Him staying alive on the box, finding the first pick would have meant the retake would have been so easy. Suddenly you get swarmed with 3. Instead, you kill him. The last 2 CTs have to save. The game's going 12-12.
Yeah, the money's gone for 00Nation. They need to just try to hold on to the op. Malbs was potentially in the round-winning spot, but he decides to peek out at the most unfortunate time. He was pulling out the bomb to plant Jack, and he just saw his little elbow appear, and he quickly dives away, pulls out his gun. Finds the kill. Nightmare fuel for Malbs, honestly. Lucan, you could survive in pit if you wanted, but you don't. Well, should be fine. You should be fine. Didn't want to get dojinated, I guess.
No, yeah. Always there.
Just in case.
You never know when it can happen. And it's a shame for Malbs as well.
Yeah, it really is.
Because in terms of the overall game, he's huge. You know, both maps, he's had so much impact. Here again, 21 frags, right? Top fragging for the team. He's out there giving it in rounds where it seems like it's all going to be going wrong. He cleans up. He gets the multis. That time, prime position, slightly off. So the game goes back to this spot. 12-12, you've won the round, you take the pause. And you can try and read what exactly 00Nation will be doing going into the next.
They've broken their money. They are still going to be able to buy up next round, but they have to take the eco here. Hope that Try can get something going with the op, find some form of openings. Coldzera's been decent at getting the openings towards B as well. I mean, he's 7-13 right now, but there has been a few rounds where he's been the player to find the impact. Grenades come in. That's going to push Lucan away. Yeah, he just jumps out of there. Smoke comes out towards bottom of B, and he actually falls straight back into the waiting arms of Try. So that is the opening they were looking for. Rox has recovered the op, and this is the mid stack as well from 00Nation. David's walking down, and he might walk into this op scope as well. Nades are going to be so important.
It's got to be pristine. He needs the smoke to shroud him. He doesn't quite realize, of course, on the close angle. VSM, he's just waiting for an opportunity. It's not going to come, as Max will be able to find the flick on the AK. Another pick back, though, so 3 Ts. Their numbers dwindling. The bomb's still been left towards ramp. Rox will grab it. They bail out of the A play. They go round towards B. Coldzera, he's on the site. He's got the M4. Try. He now pulls up as well. He can peek this. He can take the fight, and because he's got the smoke in his hands, it's a free frag. And with just 50 seconds left, suddenly, you're fighting an uphill battle on the T side. 9Z know what they've got to do. They have to rely on the gun skill. You scale the site, charge round, the peaks come in. They do get 2, and it's all up to Max to go full effort, get the bomb down, and somehow try to win this one. It would need to be a gargantuan clutch from him. It would be 4 kills overall in the round if he can pull it off. Leo, walking up banana, scaling, combing this across the mobs. He holds for the meantime, so he can't be detected. Max just waits for the opportunity to strike. Listens out for the audio cues. That's the smoke. Onto the bomb. Here they come. If he gets the first, it could get rough. They tuck into first oranges. Now they're pushing together. Hits the headshot, but the trade back from Leo. Time's going to be tight. He doesn't have a kit. He's grabbed it, but it's far too late, Davey. This might be so close, and it's gone.
He kills the player with the kit, and he doesn't react in time. Leo starts running for the bomb before he recovers the kit, and somehow Max pulls that one off. 1 versus 2. Unbelievable scenes, Jack. The comms, they're so important. You have to recognize who has the kit. You need to be thinking about your win condition at all times. And there from Try, what was so cool about this round is he gets that opening pick towards short, and you can see immediately he goes running over to that B site, finds another opening, and the 1v3 actually from Max, because he had to get that trade-off on Try, but backfall it well as well. Oh my god. Crazy round, dude, I can't even speak, I can't even think.
No, it's the same scenario for 9Z as well. You could see how they were talking about after the round. They're like, I thought we had lost that. And then they realized, obviously, they killed the player with the kit.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. That's absolute madness. So 9Z, 13-12. These rounds are so close, but they are so close to winning this elimination best of 3. They could shut it down in 2 maps, but they are fighting back. 4 versus 5. They group up towards apps. They want to go for a burst here.
Oh, and the peak there. Leo finds the head of David, and it's the MAC-10 trying to find the openings, but instead, Leo finds 2 headshots. Rox does eventually trade it with the MAC-10, but it's still 4 versus 2. Malv started this round off with another opening kill. He did go down to just 1 HP, but another opening for him, and he's got to be coming close to 10 opening frags so far this game, as now it's Lucan. Needs to do his teammate one better here. 1v3 for Max last round. Now this round, Lucan needs to get the 1 versus 4. He jumps up on the box, dodges around, and the Malbs is there to save his teammate. Try, missing the op shots, wasn't able to find them, but Malbs is there to shoot him in the back and make sure that 00Nation do pick up their round, and they should have had a couple more at this point, but if not for the heroics here from the side of 9Z. Yeah, look, there's Malbs again. I'm checking how many opening kills this guy has, because this is ridiculous.
It's wild as well. He had 1 HP as he comes up around the back of quad. And with the way it was being played, Lucan, he looked like he was going to hit that. You know, he jumped up on top of the box. It was good moves. It was all getting scary. Lucan, straight back into this round. He's hunting for an opening pick towards Banana, but VSM, he's out, banishing everyone towards balcony. And again, you've got a big frag advantage into this round, Davey.
And that was his 6th opening duel of the game, Jack. 6th. That's so many.
Always winning the entries. Always creating space. No real space in the scoreline, no 13-13, and Cold Zero, he wants to drag his team to the 14th round first. Lucan's down to 31 HP. Max is there with him. The paranoia is setting in.
Big nade onto Malbs, putting him down to 23 HP. And crucially as well, if 9Z lose this round, they're broke going into the what would potentially be 00Nation's map point. So 00Nation, if they pick up 14 here, they're broken. Yeah, this might actually just be the save call from 9Z. Yeah, they realize they're not going to have the money to buy into the next one. Max with the 1250 means that next round, if he holds this AK, he's going to be able to buy the full nades. Lucan's not going to have any utility, but that doesn't really matter as long as he keeps the AK. So yeah, 9Z, they're conceding the 14th. 00Nation, with how close some of these rounds have been, this game could have been over already, but 9Z has been battling back, making them as tight as possible. But now 00Nation has finally got to the point where they have a bit of money, they're going to secure their 14th round, and if they can pick up this next one against what's going to be the force buy from 9Z, they could be staring down that 15-13, that map point, and that sending us the decider of overpass.
If we get there, it's a level playing field. It would basically just be a best of 1 to keep you in the Americas RMR. And 9Z using their last pause now, realizing how dangerous things have gotten. If you concede this round, that's match point. If you bring it back 14-14, who knows what's going to happen, but it won't be a fair fight in terms of the firearms. They're going to be at a disadvantage.
That they are. And I think they might be trying to decide exactly what utility they want to make sure that they get. You can see Max. It looks like he's actually dropped some utility over to Lucan. He's bought the smoke and the nade, passed that over to him. 2 flashes in his back pocket. The text brought out from DGT and David. And of course the Deagle for Rox. Decent amount of utility on the T side. Only 3 smokes though. It is an important thing because you can't really do many fakes on Inferno with only 3 smokes. You're sort of committed to whatever you decide to do. And the reaction here from 00Nation is to go aggressive. Lucan finds the opening onto Leo. That's 1 gun down, but it will be able to be recovered. And actually, they get 2 guns out of that because they get to recover the gun that was dropped by Lucan, but they also get to pick up Leo's gun.
Now the buy doesn't look as bad as it once did. And they're grouping up towards an A hit as well. You've got 3 CTs in position towards B. Luckily the rotate's coming in from Try. He'll wrap back round towards Arch side, but here's the flash push. David goes in first with a Tech 9, so if he moves swiftly, he could be able to make a play. Try hits the adjustment from Library, but his back's turned. Right in the smoke as he realizes he's about to be swung upon.
No!
The kills are coming in, but he can't hit the spray. VSM able to stay alive, doesn't buckle under the pressure. He's only got 7 HP left, 55 seconds on the clock. They're wrapping back in. It's one man, it's all up to VSM with 7 HP. He's got to deny it, but he cannot. The bomb will be planted. We're going 14-14 unless Cold0 has something to say about this round.
And the in-game leader from 00Nation needs to do something massive. The damage has been done onto Max. The crossfire's in though. The T's inside of the pit, inside of the site. Cold hasn't been spotted yet. Now he has. Can't find that first headshot. Molotov hopefully going to force them out of position. The perfect Molly. He has the lineup. Does he have the smoke? No, he doesn't. He can't get it down. Molly burns him out. It's David versus Cold0. David versus Goliath. Can the Goliath of Cold0 win the round? No. David connects the headshot, and it is 14-14. What an unbelievable round.
David does him dirty. VSM giving everything he could in that position. He was so low on health. He knew it was all up to him, and it doesn't work. Cold, try as he might, won't be finding success here. 14-14. The game, again, swinging back and forth like a metronome.
Imagine if VSM hit that headshot right there. If he kills him, 7 HP, staying alive in the pit. He's playing the headshot angle. He could get away with it. The 7 HP doesn't matter when all they can shoot is your head. Oh man, what a round of CS. That was crazy. That was crazy. And of course, Cold0 has that perfect Molotov lineup as well to just push him out of that mini pit. All the damage done though means the T's, both teams are completely out of money, and the T's are rocking 2 Galils and a MAC-10. It is a 3-2 setup though, and they are going A yet again.
Smoke round onto Arch side. It's a little bit awkward, but they do find their way out. VSM back towards Graveyard. Rapid adjustment. Hits the headshot. Leo waiting for the push to come towards him, but look what's occurring at Arch. A blind man. Apparently it's Daredevil on the server, as he will hit that one onto Molds and leave him molding. Tries to bring it back into a favorable spot. Hits the flick on the orb. Waiting for the push out through Arch, but they're divided, and Cold0, he's been biding all his time, sees the back of the head onto Max. There's the flick from DGT, grabs the gun, but with 38 seconds, you're in a 1v3, and you know that's match point being secured by 00Nation.
And DGT looked like he wanted to save. It seems like he can't make up his mind, but he's out of time, so he is just going to have to go for the save. Saving inside of T-Spawn, and 00Nation again, Try is hitting those flicks over towards Library. That's 2 rounds in a row now. He's rotated over and landed that flick on the players trying to make it into the Arch. The trades went back and forth initially, but in the end, 00Nation comes out on top this time. DGT is going to just try to hold on to that M4. He is going to hold on to that M4. As 00Nation they're the ones who put us onto map point first, 15-14. Can they close it out now? Again, it's going to be another low buy. They're going to be broke. They're not going to be able to get really anything into this one. Look at that, just that 1,400 bonus jack. It's just Deagles, Tech 9s, 1 MAC-10 for Rocks. They don't have really any utility. They do have the 4 smokes, but only 1 Molotov, a couple flashes. 9Z's really backs up against the wall here.
DGT has been a demigod with the M4, but in a spot like this, it's never going to be easy. You know you're going up against such a hard round that means so much. 00Nation going for the early face towards Banana. Cold0 with a nade down, the spam behind the back, but they're starting to weave their way through this smoke. Max will lead the charge on the Deagle. They have conceded the top Banana control, but the rotate's coming around, and Try He's going to lock himself in position to skin him alive with the AWP. A sniper with a hell of a scope, backed up by Cold Zero to leave them broke. They smoke it off. They flash clear so they can retake top banana. Cold gets in. The longer this goes on, the worse it's looking for 9Z. Tag onto David as well.
Yeah, a bit of damage by that nade. Just putting him down to 64 HP. They reboost up. There is still just the 2 CTs here, but tries op is in CT spawn, so if the flash is good, he actually tries to avoid it, peeks back out at the perfect time. Does get full blind now, but he's already got the opening, and Cold Zera swings. He finds the second. Now counter flashes need to be there. They're perfect, they're good, they swing, they find them all, and that is 00Nation taking it 16-14. Their map pick as we are going to be going to Overpass.
It took the full 30 rounds, but they won't give a damn because now they know Overpass will be the decider. One of these two teams, either 00Nation or 9Z, will leave the Americas RMR today, and it will all go down on Overpass, Davey. That's where this one will finish.
Yeah, the map was the most important thing. They dropped that first one. They were down